Provo, Utah, and he says, man, let's get together and talk. So we're getting together and talking. We start talking about the Moon Lake Gathering, the 2025 Moon Lake Gathering. And so I thought, man, let's do a little bit of talking about that. And so I'm going to pin you down, Dana. You coming to the 2025 Moon Lake Gathering?
I'm planning on it. I've got family here. We're at a hidden location in Provo, Utah. This place that we're at was built in the late 1800s. It's pretty cool.
And it is pretty cool. I'm going to turn this around. I think this will do it.
Show everybody.
Here's their view of the mountains there. Pretty cool. So, anyways.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I have a lot of friends in Arizona that are planning on coming too. So any of you friends in Arizona that are listening to this right now, Terry was telling me you might want to start to reserve your hotels and motels because they sell out really fast. And I would hate to think that you might miss that because it's going to be spectacular.
And let's see. Sorry, man. I'm trying to figure out how to do all this, and I don't know how to do it. I'm sure there's a chat thing that's happening, but I don't know how to read it or what it is. If somebody says something, maybe I can see it. I see Larry says, hey, Terry, so I guess I can kind of see it. So anyways, we're talking about the 2025 Moon Lake Gathering. Dana's going to be there, and if you happen to see Dana walking around, Dana is a wealth of knowledge, man. He used to have his own TV show on the strange goings-on and happening. And what was that show, Dana?
It was called Encounters. It ran for some years back from 1990 to 1994. And I was really lucky because it was right when the start of satellite TV. I was running my own satellite stuff and my own soundtracks, and it was a lot of fun doing it and learning and how all that worked and comes together. Now it's a lot easier because everything's computerized. But I met a lot of interesting people, and one of the things, Terry, that I always used to like were the stories that law enforcement had, and also military friends that had come to me who traveled the world, and some of the things that they had encountered and things that had happened to them. So I was always really interested, and I think that a lot of the friends that you have coming to Moon Lake fall into that category that I find very interesting.
They definitely do, and like you said, Dana, because of your TV show, because of the contacts you made, because of the people you met, man, Dana's got a lot of great stories. So if you see Dana wandering around, man, stop him and get some of the stories out of him. What Moon Lake is already happening? Hello, Terry from Tony Marley. Hey, Tony, man, I'm old and I can't hardly see. Larry, I can't hardly see, so it's hard for me to read this. So, Larry, if you don't know about the Moon Lake Gathering, I don't know if that's what you're saying or not, but the Moon Lake Gathering on August 14th, 15th, and 16th. This is a free event. You know, it's not free to us to put it on, but it's free to you guys to come. We'd like to hear you to give a donation, but if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just come and have a great time. There's people coming from all across the country. And that's the main thing is to meet all these different peoples, hear all the different stories. You know, we bring in great speakers and demonstrations and that to get you guys to all to come. But the main thing of this is just to meet each other because, you know, we're one big happy fraternity. Hold on, man. She's spying on me, so I'm spying right back, man. Smile, you're on Cannon cooking hot dogs.
Now Andy's gonna be there too.
Oh, you're coming to the Moon Lake Gathering?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So,
I've got a nice family. I'm happy that they want to come, and I'm grateful that they share the same interests that we both share on that kind of stuff.
Says from Stormy Garvin, your vid just popped up. Who are you? I'm really nobody, but I know a lot of great people, and we're having this great outing, the Moon Lake Gathering. Like I said, it's free to you. If you can give a donation, that would be great. But if you can't afford it, don't worry about it. Just come and have a great time. There's going to be a lot of people from all across the country coming here. And some of the great things we got happening is we've got, and I just did an interview with him Thursday night. Warren Gettler, man. He's a wealth of knowledge on the KGC treasure, and I didn't realize how big of a knowledge he was. But he's just not some researcher, man. He was a journalist that worked for the Wall Street Journal and I'm probably getting all these wrong, the New York Times for all this. You know, he's a trained investigative journalist, and he thought that this was a bunch of hooey, the KGC treasure, the Knights of Golden Circle, and he got investigated, and he found out this was a real thing, and he got finding out that there's billions and billions of dollars worth of KGC treasure still out there. But the bad thing is the big ones, they're still being guarded, and some of the things he doesn't dare talk about. But you know, when you come out to the Moonlight Gathering, hit him up on some of this stuff. We got Ryan Burns. You know Ryan.
Good old Ryan. And I look forward to seeing Ryan. He's going to be there. He was just in Arizona not too long ago, talking to the group of MUFON people from MUFON, Arizona, where they do the Mutual UFO Network for those that you like and are curious about those kind of things. And boy, Ryan's presentation, he knocked it out of the park with the stuff he was sharing with us, and it was just really amazing. Look forward to seeing him here at Moon Lake also.
So Ryan, for those who don't know, and maybe you said this, I was reading these comments, but Ryan owns the property that butts up right next to Skinwalker Ranch, and he's got a lot of strange things happening there, and he's going to be talking about it. Larry says, hello, Dana, tell us about yourself. Terry, is this Dana? This is Dana, and like Dana said, he had his own TV show talking about strange happenings going on, and he got to meet a lot of military people, and you know, before Area 52, 51 was really known about, man, Dana was doing high investigations on that stuff, so.
And even the military people that were there that would know said, I don't think there's anything out there. And one of the people flew his plane over it, and they immediately threatened to shoot him down. And he said, look, I'm a Colonel so-and-so, and I'm retired military, and I'm getting out of the airspace. I didn't show it on my chart that I was flying. So that was something that surprised me, because this was a highly decorated lieutenant colonel that was flying his plane, and he didn't even go over the top. He was just going on the border of it back then, and they got mad and had radioed that he was in restricted airspace and he'd be shot down if he didn't get that plane out of there.
So, Tony Marley, I wish I could. I'm in North Carolina and know you somebody that knows a lot of great people. I do know a lot of great people. You know, I don't know a lot myself, but I know a lot of great people. Hey, Tony, man, my grandson and daughter lives in North Carolina, but we have people coming from all across the country. You know, last year we had people coming in from Maine, from all over the place. So, yeah, this is going to be a great time.
And there's a lot of people too that are coming. I want to do a shout out for our buddy Reed Moon, who's in the hospital getting healed up there. Hopefully you bounce back soon, buddy. And I'm sorry that I won't get to see you while I'm in town, but I hope that you keep doing good and you're in our prayers. So Reed Moon, we'll look forward to talking to you next time, and maybe when I'm down here, we can have Reed come and talk to him about some of the stuff that he is. I know that last time Terry did a interview that was spectacular, and there's so much more stuff that he didn't even tell us that was not on the footage.
Reed Moon, man, it was a spectacular treat for me, because he's got priceless history. You know, they're just unbelievable. Let's see. Tony Marley, is there a ranch called Lightning Strike Ranch or something like that? So there was a ranch that used to be called Serendipity Ranch, and it just got sold, and they named it Lightning Strike Ranch, and it's right close by Blind Frog Ranch, and there's some stories of things that's gone on there. So yes, there is. It's right in the same area where there was a lot of Spanish activity. Bedrock Diaries, is Vernal close by? Vernal is 40 miles away. It's not that far away, and if you're coming to the Moonlight Gathering, you need to hit Vernal, because Vernal has a lot of spectacular things. My favorite thing in Vernal is the petroglyphs on McConkey Ranch, and these aren't just your normal Indian petroglyphs. These things look like they're Egyptian or Aztec or something. These are full-bodied. They're adorned with jewelry, with crowns, with they're not only are they carved in and pegged in, but they're also painted in. And there are, in my most humble but accurate opinion, they're the most spectacular petroglyphs in all of the United States. You know, and not only that, but they've got the dinosaur quarry there. There's just a lot of things going on in Vernal. So yeah, Vernal's not that far away. Tresla, hello from Arkansas. How you doing, Bill? Where's Moon Lake? It's in Utah. It's kind of the northeastern part of Utah. There's a lot of Spanish activity went on there, but also not only that, there's a lot of Bigfoot activity out there, and it's not very far from where Skinwalker Ranch is, if you know where Skinwalker Ranch is. And
I know where Skinwalker Ranch
you know where Skinwalker Ranch is? So it's not far from Skinwalker Ranch. And if you don't know about Skinwalker Ranch, look it up on the History Channel, man. They've got a great show about it going on. Dana Terry saying hello from Free State of, hey, Florida. Hey,
Terry.
Larry, we got Mark Hoover's coming from Florida. Mark and, anyways, we've got several people from Florida that are coming down. So, for the Moon Lake gathering. But how you doing, man? I'm jealous, man. I met some of them ocean salvage divers there looking for the Spanish treasure, and I'm jealous, man. They're a great group of people. Jeremy Speech. Sorry, man, if I don't.
The letters, the names,
they're so small I can't see them. From Idaho. Hi, from Idaho. Hey, how you doing? When I was 15 years old, I went and moved water lines for a farmer in Idaho, and it was hard work, but I made some great money when I was 15. Tresla, you said my name right. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm looking forward. Tresla, I guess that means you're coming. Make sure you stop me and say hi. Timmy 6 Octo said hi. Hey, how you doing? George Washington from Colorado. How you doing? Don. Hey, saying hi from Oklahoma. Man, Oklahoma is where a lot of the KGC treasure stuff went on, and you're gonna want to hear. And even if you can't make it to the Moon Lake gathering and hear what Warren Gittler has to say, pick up his book, Rebel Gold. There's a lot of great information in there. There's a lot of still buried treasure. And people, for those who don't know what the KGC treasure is, when the Civil War was going on, the South was losing, and they started, and even after they left, they lost. They started. There was a group of them called the Knights of the Golden Circle, banded together, and they started looting, robbing, and pillaging from the north, and started burying that loot all across the United States so that they could fund another civil war. But then the Spanish-American War happened, and that kind of united the Americans, and that kind of thwarted their plans about the South shall rise again, another civil war. And so, but all that treasure is still out there, and they say that some of that stuff is still being guarded by the higher ups in the Masonic and different, and I don't know the whole thing about that, but it's still out there, and it's some people have gotten close, and it's pretty dangerous to them. So he's going to be talking about all that, not all of it, but some of it for fear of his life he can't talk about. But YouTube Auditor, man. YouTube Auditor, every video I have, he likes, man. And YouTube Auditor, man, I really like and appreciate you, and thank you from Southwest Missouri. MO, what's MO? Is that Missouri?
Montana,
Missouri. I'm not sure where that is, but man, YouTube Auditor, I appreciate you a lot. Michigan here. We had some people coming from Michigan last year. And we got Wayne May that's going to be coming and speaking to us. And if you want to hear about some of the old artifacts that's found in some of the mounds in Michigan, you got the copper stuff that went on in Michigan. Man, there is some big mysteries that went on with the ancient peoples there. Wayne's going to be talking about some of that stuff, so I don't know if he's going to be talking about the giants, some of the things they found in the mounds. I'm not sure, but man, Wayne May owns the Ancient American magazine. He's the owner of that, which deals with ancient artifacts, ancient things that went on here in the Americas. The mainstream says didn't happen, but yet he's finding that it did happen, and he's backing it up with history from the Native Americans are backing up what they're finding.
So Wayne May is one of the...
Missouri, okay. YouTube Auditor, Missouri.
So Wayne May is someone that I find really interesting when you hear him talk. One of the people he used to work with, I don't remember if you remember Glenn Kimball.
Yeah.
Before he passed away. But Glenn and Wayne, I'd heard them speak together, and they were phenomenal. Oops. What does that mean?
You know what? My battery's dying, so I've got to sign off. But hey, just no, I appreciate all you guys, and if you can make it out to the Moon Lake Gathering, August 14th, 15th, and 16th, 2025, at the Duchesne Event Center. Man, I'll try and get as much as I can out before my phone dies. But the Duchesne Event Center, usually we've had it outside, so I've had to worry about rain. I've had to worry about the wind, the all that. But well, this is indoors, man, climatized. This is going to be great. This year is shaping up to be legendary. So for those that can't make it, I'll try and video some of it. There's no way it can video all of it. There's no way I can capture everything that's going on. So with that said, I better wrap, because this thing's about to die. So we got 47 people online. Hey, all you guys, thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel, for my first Facebook page, and for your comments. And just know I really appreciate you. And with that said, Dana, thanks for being on with me. And
hey, it's good to see all you tonight. I hope you all have a good night tonight with your families and your friends, and we'll look forward to seeing you at Moon Lake.
And that's a wrap. If I can figure out how to shut this thing off. One time you'd think I'd remember.